Okay, thank you guys, thank you. Thank you for having us, thank you for being here. I'm Yarden, co-founder and CEO of Authentic. And today I want to talk with you about this new paradigm shift, this new paradigm of off-chain services. But first I want to start off with a quick mental model. In the recent years, we have witnessed the rise of different theses, from application-specific to general purpose chain, from monolithic versus modular, and of course the rollup centric approach. All of those comes with different trade-offs, but they all serve the same use cases, which is building blockchains. Everyone frameworks like SPK, like Polkadot, they provide builders with the ability to build application-specific blockchain, essentially a framework of modular components that builders can configure. And on the other hand, L2 frameworks like OPStack, Arbitrum-Orbit, ZK-Sync, they provide builders with the ability to build rollups, which again essentially are blockchain, even with improved transaction scalability, higher TPS, lower gas costs, but again, blockchains. So L1, L2 frameworks, they provide the ability to build blockchain. Those blockchains, they come onto consensus of the new state of the network, the new state of the ledger, right? We have Alice, Bob, transaction execution, let's come to consensus, let's come to state the agreement, to state transition. And this is extremely limiting the potential use cases that can be built in the Web3 space, because those blockchains, they cannot agree, they cannot come to consensus on off-chain execution, of off-chain services, of arbitrary execution. Again, extremely limiting the potential of real-world use cases that can be built in the Web3 ecosystem. So what is the missing piece? Okay? What if we want to build a robust off-chain software? What if you want to build high-performant software, resource-intensive software on decentralized foundation at scale? Okay, what if you want to build oracles? What if you want to build data labeling service for AI agents, or in-memory fast databases, GPU clusters, core processor, or even distributed network to train AI model? You won't be able to do so with L1 and L2 frameworks. So we want to build a service that runs off-chain, that has unique logic, unique execution, that has intensive computational logic. Okay? We are here, and the idea is to build real-world use cases. The idea is to build great apps, but great apps, they require great off-chain middleware services. Let's take some feasible examples. Okay? Bridges. All bridges has off-chain components. Okay, companies like Wormhole, companies like Layer Zero, they all have off-chain components, but they are not blockchains. Oracles. Why Chainlink have no underlying blockchain system as part of the wider infrastructure? Right? Chainlink is a network of nodes that come onto consensus on some off-chain execution, off-chain compute. Okay? Indexing services like the graph, they have no blockchain system within the wider infrastructure, right? It has off-chain indexing services that run through a network of nodes, but again, not a blockchain. So now let's call those off-chain services, let's call them AVSs, okay? AVSs, off-chain services, they could be workflow automation, core processor, intent solvers, data labeling, inference verification, identity and key store. The scope is essentially unlimited, but they all have something in common. They are being built off-chain. Let's take two steps back and discuss what AVS is, or the AVS anatomy. Okay? AVS is off-chain computing service that provides services to other protocols, to other applications, to other networks. And I will argue it's those four pillars, compiled of those four pillars. It has off-chain software, off-chain execution. Execution is being done off-chain, but validation is done on-chain. AVS is also a proof-of-stake network, because in order to opt in to validate the AVS, operator needs to stake a certain amount of tokens, whether if it's Ethereum or the AVS native token. They put their capital in line or in risk of slashing, and on the other hand, are being entitled to reward and being incentivized to act truthfully. AVS is run by a network of operators. Those operators, they run the AVS software simultaneously, they execute simultaneously, and they agree on the result of the execution simultaneously. And lastly, each AVS has its own unique custom logic, its own unique computational purpose. Now, 4 step backs, and I want to discuss with you about our personal journey. We started off in the very early days of Eigenlayer. We were part of, I think, the first 5 AVSs that were building on Eigenlayer back then. Eigenlayer has no tutorials, guidebooks. We just followed the code base and started experimenting. And we did this for 6 months. And during this time, we basically understood all the complexities, the bits and bytes, the problems that other builders will have to face. And the thing is that instead of focusing on what we do best, which is building our product, we were busy developing all of the low-level info components. Consensus on off-chain services, peer-to-peer networking layer, peer authentication, peer discovery, node bootstrapping, peer authentication, where do the operators submit attestation, how does the protocol audit those attestation, distribute rewards, enforce penalties, and slashing. But most importantly, how can we apply complex system design onto the AVS design at scale? So after building a bunch of those low-level components, we decided, okay, let's make it available for other builders. And this is how we came up with the authentic stack. Very simply put, the authentic stack is AVS development framework. It's a development framework to build a distributed system with off-chain execution, with off-chain computation. Okay? All of the underlying complex components around consensus and operators and attestation are all abstracted away. And the beauty here is that we allow builders to focus on, again, what they do best, which is building their product, building their service. You can build in any code language, any use case. It's highly configurable and highly versatile. And the amount of potential use cases, as I mentioned before, is unlimited. From oracles to coprocessors, decentralized compute, CPU clusters, info for DeFi engines, identity and key stores, exploit prevention system, data labeling for AI, AMM, first finality, financial systems, AI system, middleware, intent solvers, data services, and so on and so forth. Top of our mind is to be agnostic to any type of use cases, and as you can see, our ecosystem is flourishing. Again, you can build anything. We as a team, we just love to think through design idea, we love to bounce ideas, we love to think through architectural design of AVSs. So if you want to build anything, we'd love to talk with you. Thank you.